Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 94th episode of Pucking Around Podcast. And guys, we got a pretty good episode for you tonight. First off, we're gonna be talking about two breaking trades this week. Guys, we got some action this week. Quinn Hughes got traded, Jeff Skinner got traded. So we're gonna give our opinions on those. And surprise, Kevin. Stuart Skinner. Sorry, my bad.
Can I ask you something? Is Stuart Skinner a bigger name than Tristan Jarry, or is it just me that thinks that?
They're like the same.
Oh, okay. Just wondering why I didn't mention Jarry.
Yeah, and second off, surprise, Kevin Adams got fired in Buffalo. Better late than never, I guess. And last but not least, jerseys, the new Winter Classic, Heritage Classic, whatever classic jerseys were just released.
Stadium Series.
I don't know. Fuck, some jerseys that not looking too great, but whatever. We'll touch on those later. But yeah, so joining me tonight, we got I guess right? Alex Renette. How's it going, Alex?
Same shit, different day. You know, it's a glorious day when we get to point and laugh at the Penguins, but today is not that day because they kind of hosed the Edmonton Oilers. We'll get into that a little more. And
yeah,
I gotta give Dubas credit.
I'm gonna have to throw Dubas some flowers later. Anyway, on top of me, we got
you did right on my
Mark Norton.
Salud. How we doing?
Good. And two Matts. Right? Like this, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
No,
we got Rick.
Legman.
Rick, how's it going, buddy? Rick said, fuck all you guys, I'm out.
Hey, if you can translate that, it's good. It's good mushrooms you're on.
Oh my god!
Well, microdosing that, Rick. Anyway, okay. So let's start. We'll start with the smaller trade first, okay? So Tristan Jarry got traded to Edmonton. Edmonton finally did it. Edmonton finally got a goalie, guys. Like, what's going on? But you know what? They gave up quite a little bit there for Tristan Jarry. They go what? Stuart Skinner, Brett Kulak,
and He said it right the first time in a while.
Yeah, I'm the black guy here, Eric, not you.
I don't know. You hear Skinner, you just think Jeff. I don't know.
Skinner.
That's what I think. Skinner.
Yeah, thinking of the Simpsons now.
Oh man, so it took them a little bit of time, but they finally, I guess, did the deed. So they traded for a goalie. Look, personally, I don't know, like they could have had this guy for free like last year when he was on waivers, and now they actually gave up. I was actually surprised Stuart Skinner was actually part of the deal. I thought they would want a tandem Skinner with somebody else, but I guess not. I guess they got to make the money work somehow. That's what I'm assuming.
Well, they weren't going to carry three goalies either, so you knew one of Picard or Skinner was going to have to, or Pickard, sorry.
I figured Pickard would be the guy, right?
Yeah, well, do you think Pittsburgh wanted Pickard? Like, really?
No, but I don't think Pittsburgh wanted a goalie. They have that young kid, the young Russian kid, plus they got Shilov, so...
No, they had goalies. That's the reason they traded Jarry, from what I read. Is they got young guys that needed the net, and Jarry had to go.
Here's my question on all this. The Edmonton Oilers decided to willingly trade for Tristan Jarry and eat his entire contract.
Yep.
When Tristan Jarry was placed on waivers last year, and they could have got him for fucking free.
Yep.
Instead, you trade for Tristan Jarry, who is pretty much another Stuart Skinner, and then Brett Kulak in a second-round pick. And Jarry's got 3 years of term left. And Stuart Skinner is 1. Stan Bowman, you are not good at your job. I just have to let you know that, right? What the hell was he thinking? That is just terrible asset management. The guy was on waivers last year. That makes no sense. Why
They
you
weren't.
off of this sample size?
But they weren't. Obviously, last year
The majority of starts has been Silvos for Pittsburgh.
But obviously, last year they weren't ready to make the move. I mean, what else can you say?
I don't even know if you can for sure say Jarry's better than Skinner. If he is, it's not by much.
I wonder too if Edmonton had scouts in that game Thursday night against us, Rick, because Jarry did not look good in that game at all. I mean, he let in a couple of really, really bad.
Again, it was Pickard.
No. I'm talking. Jarry played against us the night before the trade. I'm talking about that game when we played Pittsburgh last Thursday. Jarry did not look good at all. Like, at all.
Jarry had.
I don't know.
Well, look, Tristan Jarry is a very up and down goalie. He's very up and down. Like, he's got some good games, got some bad games.
Yeah.
That's why
like Stuart Skinner, a lot like Stuart Skinner.
Exactly.
Actually.
Like, a lot of people are just saying
they're the same goalie.
They traded for Stuart Skinner of the East. So, like, you actually give up assets for the same guy.
He had an .892 save percentage last year. He allowed the first goal to go in on the first shot of the game, I feel like at least 8 or 9 times.
Okay,
I must have seen that from Penguins Twitter a handful of times, how much they would complain that this guy always seems like he'd let in his first shot of the game.
But am I wrong? Am I wrong that that's an outlier year for Jarry on the bad?
I guess, but I mean,
but overall, he's a decent goalie. He's got decent goals against save percentage. Like, he's not a bad goalie overall. He's not.
So then, why did Pittsburgh put him on waivers?
Because
he was having a bad year last year.
He was bad last year.
I know, but if it was only a 1-year outlier, why put him on waivers?
Again, right? They had these young guys. When did they get Seelobs, though? Was that in the offseason?
That was after. That was in they got him in a trade from Vancouver. Another dumb GM, by the way.
My only answer is because Dubas was the GM. I mean, I don't know.
I gotta say, we criticized Dubas. He hasn't been bad in Pittsburgh so far. I want to crap on him. He has not been bad with the Pens. And
I want to crap on him, so I do. I want to crap on him, so I just do.
Rick just hates him because he hates him.
Yeah. He still has Maple Leaf stink on him. But it's an interesting. No, listen, it's an interesting question. I don't know the answer to that. But I look. I don't think Jarry's as bad as people are saying. I agree, though. Like, you should have probably picked him up last year. But was anybody going to pick up Jarry last year the way he was playing?
No, not with his contract.
And the contract, right? The way he was playing. So now this year he's playing a lot better. So I can understand them looking at him in a different light anyway.
Let me ask this, Rick. If he got placed on waivers hypothetically this year, do you think someone grabs him?
Yeah.
Well, look, guys, I'm just gonna rattle off some numbers of Tristan Jarry, okay? Starting from the 2019-20 season.
The 1920s.
Yeah,
he's been around a long time, man.
Okay, this is just save percentage, okay? So in 1920, he had a 921. 2021, he had a 909. 21-22, 919. 22-23, 909. 23-24, 903. So solid. Then 24-25, 892. Dip year. And so last year was an outlier season for Tristan Jarry. But you have to also realize, like, one big issue with Tristan Jarry and why I think it's a huge risk also for Edmonton. This guy has battled injuries for the past couple of years.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not been healthy. Yeah. And the thing with him is when he's on, and the thing I've always said this about Tristan Jarry, and it's a Pittsburgh player, so like I won't throw flowers to Pittsburgh players, but when he's on, he's on. When he's healthy, he's a good goalie.
Yeah.
Problem is, the last couple of years, he has been battling health issues. So, look, at the end of the day, you ask me if I think like a lot of this thing going on the internet, like Tristan Jarry is just basically Stuart Skinner of the East. I personally think, and I've always thought that Tristan Jarry, when healthy, playing at his full potential, is better than Stuart Skinner.
Yeah.
So I think right now, the Edmonton has the better goalie. But this is a massive swing to take on a guy that has injury history, and the fact that you got rid of Stuart Skinner in that trade. I was sure whoever they were going to bring in, Pickard was the one going the other way, because you basically want someone to tandem with Skinner.
No,
Because
but
Skinner's
again,
not terrible.
Who's taking Pickard back though?
Yeah, but that's just a throw-in. Like, I could have seen
the
Pittsburgh
way
take
to-
it, because Pittsburgh has Seeloffs. Pittsburgh has
Right. No, I
again,
get what you mean.
I'm blanking
Right.
on his name, but the young Russian kid
No,
that
you're
played
right.
the other night,
You're-
like, and who has potential. So they
You're
could have
right.
just taken Pickard as like their third guy, wave him, whatever. Who the fuck gives a shit?
Send him to
So-
the AHL, whatever, you know.
One interesting statistical tidbit with Jarry, I did notice, he did technically regress 3 consecutive years before having the start he has had this year. The year he had a 903 save percentage, I noticed he had 6 shutouts that year. That, while that's good in, the big picture, that also tells me in the games that he lost, more times than not, he struggled. So he was like hot or cold, that kind of told me. If you have 6 shutouts, but you're only posting a 903 save percentage, that tells me in some of those games you lost, you probably had like an 840, 830, maybe even some in the 700s. So I feel like
But every
they
goalie
probably saw cracks from it even the year prior to what came the last year.
But there comes in what I'm saying with the injury history. He hasn't been healthy the past couple of years. And a lot of those games where he probably wasn't playing well, he was probably hurt or just coming off an injury or getting hurt, playing hurt. I don't know. Plus, Pittsburgh, the last couple of years, they haven't been the best offensive team.
There's the point, right?
Like,
There's the point
They have not. I can agree with that for sure.
Right.
So-
And every goalie has those bad games where they got a 700 and 800 save percentage for that game.
Oh yeah.
It happens a couple of times at least every year. But I think it's more of the point that he was playing with a shitty team in front of him. I mean, how many times did we say that in these pods that how shitty Pittsburgh is, right? So
Yeah,
I mean,
especially the last couple of years.
and he still had a 900 or above save percentage. So I think, I think he gets a bit of a bad rap, but I agree with the risk on the injury. But how old is he? I don't know how old he is.
Skinner's 30.
He's 30, so he's actually just getting into his prime as a goalie.
Yeah, his age isn't an issue. The big risk with this to me is Skinner. If he had another bad year, you could have just let him walk and moved on from it. Where with Jarry, you're locked into him for 3 more years. Like if he starts struggling, you're pretty much dealing with Skinner all over again. Now, I agree with Eric. I do think when you put everything into perspective, he probably is better. I don't know if he's a lot better because I do think Jarry has had a lot of inconsistencies in Pittsburgh. Yes, their defense is ass, but it's not like Edmonton's is much better.
Right.
There's been a lot of pushback
Oh,
with the Oilers decor. They do not have a good decor at all this year. Oilers Twitter, there was a few people that I've seen out there telling me, one of my followers especially goes, listen, it doesn't matter who they put in net. Until they fix that decor, it's going to continue to be an issue for them. So, mind you, Edmonton's going to still have to outscore teams. They're going to have to win 5-4 more likely than 2-1. So
since they came into the league, that's been Edmonton.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. At least in the Gretzky years, they didn't. Defense was like a 4-letter word for them.
Yeah.
And defense was you go out and score another goal. Yeah. They score one on you, go get that one back. That's their defense. That's what it was.
Yeah, so,
right? They only had one good defenseman, Kevin Lowe. He was the only one that knew how to play defense. All their other defensemen were just offensive guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when it comes to Jarry and the Oilers, maybe he does find his game he had. I mean, Jarry, I think at his best is 21-22. But ever since that series they had against the Islanders, where he just looked completely lost, he just hasn't felt like the same goalie either. And injuries is part of it for sure. But he's still just never kind of hit that ceiling he was during that Islanders series. So,
all right.
Say.
Yeah. Well, okay. Anybody have any last final thoughts about the Skinner trade before we head on to Hughes?
No, I think
Nope.
that's it for
We're good?
me.
Okay. Okay, so then trade number 2, actually same day, later that day, Quinn Hughes got traded, everybody. Was it Philadelphia? Nope. Was it the Devils? Nope. Was it
Oh.
even Washington? Nope.
Great.
It was the Minnesota Wild.
Minnesota.
I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Nobody saw that one coming. And the return, Marco Rossi, Marco Rossi, Zeev Buyum, first, and please somebody help me out. I don't see the name. Olgren?
Liam Ogren.
Liam Ogren. Thank you very much, Rick. Liam Ogren. All right, so I guess I'll start with you, Alex. Thoughts on the trade?
I think Vancouver did a pretty good job. I mean, you had Z Boyum, who at points was looked to be a top 5 pick, at least projection wise, in that 2024 draft. He dropped to 12 before inevitably ending with the Wild. I mean, Marco Rossi, who was a centerpiece of trade talks all offseason, but is a top 6 centerman. Like, I think he had over 60 points last year. Off to another pretty good start this year. So that's a good ad as well. It kind of does leave a bit of a hole for the Wild, because after Eriksson Ek, I don't know who else is really a fit for their top 6. And then you give up, what is the first unprotected?
I think so, actually.
So yeah, there's no protection.
I mean,
wanna
I don't
say
think
That's
it
gonna be a
really
late
matters.
pick anyway, so
Yeah,
that's kind of whatever.
Yeah,
It's not a worry. It's not a worry.
Yeah, they'll very likely still make the playoffs, so it really won't matter. And then you added, who was the last piece? I can't remember the last guy's name.
Ogren.
Liam Ogren, former.
I
think he was a
know
former
nothing
first round
about.
pick.
Never heard of
Yeah,
him.
I don't know really much about him
Nothing.
either.
Yeah.
But the other 3 pieces, that's good. Z Boyum, he's projected to be a potential future number 1 defenseman. And
Yes,
he's a
that's
really good power play quarterback too, from what I've been hearing from Minnesota fans.
by getting Rossi and Buyum.
Rossi's a top
I
6
think
defenseman.
Vancouver. I think you could say Vancouver could win this. Will win this trade eventually.
I honestly, I don't know if I'd say that they won it. I consider it a win-win,
will.
where both teams got what they were looking for. Minnesota did have to pay a hefty price, but I think this trade is going to benefit both teams in the long run.
No guarantee. The point being that they have him for a year and a half or a year and 3/4, say, right? If he doesn't sign there and they don't win a cup while he's there,
disaster.
Then it is Vancouver big win, in my opinion.
That I agree.
Oh, yeah.
So there's
100%.
potential there. Like, it's not decided yet who won this trade.
Yeah, way too early. I 100% agree there. It would turn into a disaster from them if they don't end up acquiring anyone out of this. Like, if they don't extend him or win a cup.
Yeah. The surprise here for me is that Vancouver got a good return. Like, they did a good job in this trade. They had to trade this guy. They had to trade him. Maybe not right now.
It was.
But they had to trade him. Right? At some point, they were going to have to trade him. So, considering that, they got a good return. Zeev Buyum, I don't think people really know who he is.
Yeah, I mean, unless you really
return.
watch the World Juniors, or you're like a big college hockey guy like myself. Yeah, you're not really gonna know quite who he is, what he can be. Like watching Zeev Buyum at Denver and at the World Juniors, and actually
really high ceiling.
World Juniors, he played with Lane Hudson a lot. They kind of swapped on power play 1 a little bit, but like he's that type of defense, like a Lane, that type of play style. He's gonna. He's pretty good in his own end, but he's a great puck mover. He's going to get points. He's going to quarterback the power play.
And he's got a couple of inches on Hudson. And I remember reading in the draft here that his ceiling may be higher than Hudson's. Maybe. I'm not saying it is, but he's got that kind of a ceiling.
Right. No, he's that type of player. Like, and I think I said this when I was talking, when I found out about this trade, I think Alex got on Xbox later in the day, but when I was talking to a couple of buddies of ours on Xbox, I said that he's got Like when I think of Z William, I think of like that Lane Hudson or Quinn Hughes, that type of defenseman.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really good ad by Vancouver. I think he's someone they could definitely build around. So obviously, this kind of trade signals it's rebuild time. First round pick. Obviously, if you're going into a rebuild, you want that draft capital. It will be a late pick, but it's still a first round pick.
They have to. And by the way,
Marco Rossi's a good top 6 guy. So
by the way, first game in Vancouver, goal and assist.
Yep.
So like
Quinn Hughes scored in his first game too.
No, I know, but we know who Quinn Hughes is, right?
Well, I know, but honestly, it's more just to poke fun at the Bruins.
Yeah. But anyways, I think it's a good omen for Vancouver, and I was just surprised that Vancouver got such a good return.
Honestly, myself also, like, I was honestly shocked when I saw what the return was for Quinn Hughes, and now I can understand why. Like teams like New Jersey and like even us or whatever that had no chance. Like, who's gonna match that return? Like,
I heard there was another deal. They had a deal, and then Minnesota came up with this offer, and they took that one. Which do you blame them? Because I mean,
no. And I can actually kind of go off that point, Rick, because there were. I believe New Jersey was actually trying to get a deal done before this happened, and then Minnesota popped in with this offer. Vancouver brought it to New Jersey, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't match this. We don't want to get." I think Vancouver wanted Nemec. They wanted
I heard like Mercer, like Nemec,
Nemec, and like something else. And New Jersey wasn't going to do that. So,
and even that
ended up going with the Minnesota offer.
And even that doesn't compare. Right?
Yeah, Zeev,
right.
I think Zeev is going to be a better player than Nemec. I think Marco Rossi is a better player than Dawson Mercer. Like,
100%.
Z William makes the difference. Z William makes all the difference in that deal to me. That they got him along with Rossi, that's a huge, I think.
Yeah.
I really do.
I just want to know.
That's 100. That's 100 points they got back. I mean, Hughes is going to get 70 or whatever, right? But they got 100 points plus back. That's a lot.
Marco Rossi's a 60-point player.
60, 70 points. Bullion, we don't really know. But I mean, you're looking at 100, 120 points.
Zeev is
I think Zeev William easily could be. I mean, I don't know about this year, but especially now that he's in Vancouver. But once he starts getting going, he's probably a 50, 60-point guy.
Right.
Consistently. So, yeah, I mean, you just got back 120, 125 points.
Yeah, he's already on pace for about 40 this year. So
Yeah. And I think he even said on Flyer, Marco Rossi is on pace for like 63 points. So yeah, Rick's right. If Zeev is on pace for 40, Rossi's on pace for 60, there's 100 points right there. And that's not including the other kid that you got in Ogren now. Like, he projects more as like a bottom 6, the middle 6. So we'll see. Like, but that's just, and plus a first. Now again, it's gonna be a low first, so who cares? But like, no, like,
but if all three of those guys are in your lineup after, and then Hughes leaves there and they didn't win anything, that's the huge risk that Minnesota took a huge fucking risk here.
For sure.
If Quinn Hughes walks,
they look awful, especially if they don't go anywhere in the playoffs. You got 2 shots if that's the case.
Yeah, they got to win a cup this year. They like almost need to win a cup this year.
But now I'm gonna put this to you guys, okay? What division is Minnesota in right now?
Central, aren't they?
I know where this is going.
They're in the Central. Who's leading the Central right now?
The Colorado Avalanche.
Who's number 2 in the Central right now?
The Dallas Stars. Who are the top 2 teams in the league right now?
Minnesota's 3rd in the division.
Okay, but Dallas, didn't they just lose Seguin?
They did, yes.
Honestly, he's not the player he was, though. Like,
still, it's a big loss.
But now, my whole point is, you're most probably playing one of those, unless you fall into a wild card spot, which I don't think Minnesota will. More likely than not, you're playing either Dallas or somehow if like Avalanche regress, because they've been fucking tearing it up all year. But whatever, even if the Avalanche regress, you're playing one of those teams in the first round. Now, granted, you just got Quinn Hughes. Yes, fuck, awesome. Who does Colorado have? Makar.
Yeah.
Who does Dallas have? Miro Heiskanen and fucking Thomas Harley.
And are they weak down the center?
By the way.
Let's say the defense is a push, or maybe even, you know what? I'll give Minnesota a slight edge on the whole defense being better than those two. Maybe I'll give them a slight edge. But now look at the center position of both those teams.
They're weak.
Yeah. Like, you're telling me you're going to go up against those two teams with Ek and Danil Yurov.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a risk.
No.
It's a huge risk unless they've got another move that we don't know, obviously, that's coming up. I don't know what, but.
You want to hear something crazy? The Minnesota Wild are 4th in the NHL overall in the standings, and they're 3rd in their own division. Is it time to go back to the one?
Well, I'm fairly certain the other two teams in their division are 1 and 2 right now. So, gotta be kind of hard to crack that top.
Bettman, might be time to go back to the 1-8 format. Just an FYI.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. The 1-8. I don't mind that.
No, but like, again, just to see, like, again. It was a massive swing by Minnesota. Like, great, awesome. You know what? You tried. You did something. Fuck, awesome. If you want my personal opinion, I think this was not the time to do this trade for Minnesota. It was not. It really was not the right time. Like, look, even at that, like, even though we say that their center position is weak. Yeah, look, they have Matt Boldy, fucking great winger. They have Kaprizov, fucking awesome winger. But like, Tarasenko is also on their top line. Tarasenko is what, like 35 years old, 36 years old? You know? And then you have Marcus Johansson, who's having a fucking career year right now. Is that going to hold up? Like, I just... And look, Ryan Hartman is your 3C. Okay, fine. But they have... Right now, they have Obe Kubel playing on their third line. He's like a fourth liner. I just look. I think this team is being carried by their goaltending. Their goaltending is absolutely awesome, and like we told you their stats last week. Remember when we did our episode of like, and they were two of the top goalies in the league in goals saved above expected. They were in the top, both of them in the top 10. A lot of the times when you have a team that's carried by goaltending, it's rare that you go all the way. Rare.
Yeah.
Hello, Montreal.
That long, right?
Look, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's kind of foolish to bet, like, to think that like your goaltending is gonna. But like Rick, like you said, there has to be another move in the pipeline. There has to be something else coming. Because if this is it, if that's it, you think that Quinn Hughes is gonna make you like automatically a contender? Like, yes, he does. I think he kind of makes you a contender. But again, you're playing in a division with the Avs and with Dallas. There's a good chance you're probably not even getting past the second round.
Yeah.
Good chance.
Yeah.
And even if you do, how beat up are you going to be from battling those two teams before a team like Edmonton or Vegas or probably not Anaheim, they're still pretty young, but like an Edmonton or a Vegas feasts on you. Like,
listen,
I don't know. I think Minnesota could kick the crap out of Edmonton, to be totally honest.
No, listen, I said the same shit with the Dallas Stars the last 2 years with Edmonton, and both times Edmonton made me eat my words. So
yeah, but Stuart Skinner's gone now.
Oh, that's true.
Stuart Skinner's the Dallas killer. So
that's right. Stuart Skinner ruined my dreams. Not many people.
Yeah, I think Edmonton's decor too is a lot worse this year than it's been in the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot worse. No argument on
that. Something I say, because we've been in this rebuild and trades and stuff like that come up a lot. And I always say, you don't make a trade where you're creating holes elsewhere. And that's what they just did. They did, and at a position where, quite frankly, you're not winning a championship if you're weak down the middle.
No,
you're absolutely right on that.
Right? So, it doesn't. Quinn Hughes is a big name and all that, and it's like a status symbol almost to get him. But I don't think it was a good move by them, to be honest.
Here's a step further. How many teams are already looking for centers in the NHL? It's not
Where
a better replacement.
Probably 80%.
There you go.
Teams.
So where are they going to get one?
That's for sure.
That's the point. You're going to be in an arms race with all these teams,
And
you just gave up all your assets now.
And they gave up their first round pick, and they're not going to have a high first round pick for a while because they're a good team. So where are they getting one? I don't know.
They better have something coming in the pipeline.
I don't know.
And also, like, the league is not stupid. Other GMs are not stupid. They're gonna see what Minnesota just did in getting Quinn Hughes, getting rid of their 2C, and being like, well, now you're desperate for a center now. Well, you know what?
Price just went
up.
Yeah,
Pay up. The price just went up.
But we gave everything
to
get Hughes. But we gave everything to get Hughes.
Now you want Ryan O'Reilly? Well, Montreal's offering me let's say, a first and an A prospect. You know what? Well, I want 2 firsts and I want 2 A prospects from you if you want them.
That's it. You back yourself into a corner almost.
Listen, nobody ever said Bill Guerin was a smart GM. Nobody ever claimed that.
If you were going to pull off, for me, my whole thing is if you were going to pull off this move, you should have had another move already ready. Or you should have made a move right before.
Yeah.
Because now, like
Danila Yurov, now that he's been probably bolstered into a top 6 role, just giving you stats for the year: 26 games played, 3 goals, 5 assists.
It's
he's
like
young.
You guys play chess.
He's young.
You guys play chess at all? If you play chess, if you know it, you got to make your moves. Like you can't rush. You got to set up, and before you're right. And he didn't do that. He didn't do that because you knew you're creating a hole at center. Well, like you said, how you should have something ready. It should have already been announced, in my opinion, that the deal, boom, and now this deal. It's not a good move by Minnesota, I don't think. So I don't think they're going to win a cup, and I don't think he stays there. Because quite frankly, if they win a cup this year, I think he signs. If they don't, I think he's gone. Simple.
Well, you could definitely walk. All right. Anybody else have any final thoughts on the Hughes trade? No, we're good. All right. So we're gonna.
Me.
Sorry.
So that's probably about it for me.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna move on to Kevin Adams. Yes, the former GM of the Buffalo Sabres.
And didn't you say GMs are they're smart? I don't know now.
Now they are. Now they are. Because Kevin Adams just got fired.
He's gone now. You're right.
Yeah, and he's being
replaced. It's not like they replaced him with cream of the crop in terms of what was available.
Yeah, he was okay. No, I can't even say because I didn't really like.
Don't even try. Don't even try to sell to me that Yermo Takalainen was even an okay GM.
No, come on.
He was like slightly below average. I'll give him that. He was slightly below average. But yeah, no. So yeah, Kevin Adams out. Jarmo Kekalainen in. So the 5-year torture, I guess, of Buffalo. Well, actually, not even 5-year torture. That 13-year torture
15.
of the poor franchise.
15, isn't it?
I was gonna say since I was in 5th grade. I was 13. I'm 28 now. So yeah, about 15 years.
Well, because they made the playoffs lost in 2011. So yeah, okay, so yeah, 15 years.
He's going on 15 years if they miss this year. Yeah,
going on 15 years of torture, 3 rebuilds. What is it like? 10 head coaches.
I've seen some video too of fans leaving the games. They're not happy at all.
What would you be?
No. They're not happy.
I would have given up by now if I was a Sabres fan, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I think they're starting to do that.
Starting to? Oh my God! That's the new factory of sadness. Is fucking Buffalo, Cleveland Browns. Your freaking name has even been stolen.
Shuffle off to Buffalo.
Oh
well, look,
Jarmo Kekalainen too. I didn't even like him in Columbus that much. Freaking Danny Briere fleeced him in that Ivan Provorov deal. Let's throw that out there.
Well, I think we even fleeced LA in that deal. It was like we fleeced 2 teams in that deal.
We traded Ivan Provorov, who is probably a number 4 defenseman, who they overpaid, by the way, for a first-round pick, which we turn into Oliver Bonk. We'll see what happens with that.
Mm.
First-round pick. We got Sean Walker in the deal, but that was from LA.
Yep.
And we got a second-round pick from Columbus. Didn't we get one of the player from the Blue Jackets? Or was it just the picks?
We got a player, but it was nobody of substance.
Oh, it's Cal Pedersen, but that was from the Kings as well.
We got Pedersen from the Kings. We got Grons from the Kings. We got a lot of stuff from the Kings.
Yeah, that's who else. So Danny fleeced him because they wanted Ivan Provorov for whatever fucking reason. And here we are now. Now they got an anchor of contract there. Not our problem anymore. So, and look, that's not the only crappy move he's made as Columbus's GM.
No, there was a couple questionable decisions on his part.
Did he make the Lindstrom pick?
Or
was that
no,
I think
no,
was
Waddell.
No, that was Waddell. That was Waddell. If I'm not 100% sure.
Don Waddell. It was Don Waddell made that. Don Waddell.
But look, at the end of the day, I think Buffalo did at least get have like an experienced GM, someone that at least kind of knows what he's doing. But the one big issue in Buffalo, and it's been an issue since he bought the goddamn team, is that Terry Pegula keeps his little fingers all over that team.
Oh, it's not Terry, it's Kim. But yes, pretty much Kim Pegula. It's not Terry just sits back but Kim Pegula doesn't let anything happen without her say.
But I've heard that even Terry himself
probably
gets involved and gets really involved. Like he's the one, and like as Flyers fans, we know he's the one that told his GM after playing us in the playoffs, you signed Ville Leno for whatever it costs. And that was one of the worst contracts in the NHL for the longest time. It's shit like that an owner should not do. Yeah. And I forget who says this, and it's I want to say it's Elliot Friedman, but I don't think it's him. I think it's somebody else. But anyway, owners should own, presidents should president, managers manages, coaches coach. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's the way it should be. Yeah. Because you look at everything that he's done. Like all these rumors you hear out there that no, it's him that's calling the shots. It's him that's nixing trades. It's him that's telling him to make certain trades. Look, at the end of the day, this thing has not worked for the last 15 years. Basically, since he bought the team, it has not worked in Buffalo. So what's the common thread here?
I've said this for years. And it's funny because the Pegulas on the Buffalo Bills too. And then they decided to finally step back and let the football people run the Bills. Now the Bills are one of the best teams in football. I don't understand why they don't use that logic on the Sabres. And I don't know if the Sabres are just their baby and they, just kind of want to do everything with it. But it's you see that, granted, the Bills haven't been close to a Super Bowl.
Well, they've gotten close. They just haven't won it. They just keep running into the Chiefs. Don't have to do that this year.
But even still, at least the Buffalo Bills are relevant every year. The Buffalo Sabres haven't been relevant, I think, since I was in elementary school. And I'm pushing 30. So it's kind of pathetic.
It is not.
In fact, I think Rick had hair the last time the Sabres were relevant.
No.
Well, that's how you know it's been a while.
No, actually, no. I go farther back than that.
So I'm curious now. I'm curious to know your thought. Is this gonna, because the big rumor was going around before was that Kevin Adams was very gun shy to make a trade. So now that Yarmo's taking over, do you guys think it might actually open the floodgates in Buffalo?
I think they'll make a move or two for sure. Now that Kevin Adams does it, he pretty much had his trigger taken away. Now that they got a new guy, now that Jarmo's running the show, I'm looking over a lot of Jarmo's moves. You know, he was with Columbus for 10 years. I didn't know he was a GM.
For a long time.
But maybe even 11, something like that. But
yeah, he was there for a long time.
2023 alone, he made about over a half dozen trades. I expect him to start pulling some triggers for sure. Just to name some of the moves he's made, at least in recent memory. He acquired Damon Severson from the Devils for a third. The Ivan Provorov trade that we mentioned. when Columbus acquired Jonathan Quick from the Kings for Jonas Korpisalo and Gavrikov, they also got a first and a third back in that deal. They traded Gustav Nyquist to the Wild for a fit. They had the Oliver Bjorkstrand trade that they sent to Seattle. The Voracek-Atkinson exchange, if anyone remembers that from a few years back. At the time, I was actually a little happy about that. It happened on my birthday.
I hated that trade.
30th birthday at that. The Seth Jones-Adam Boquist trade and paper, it looked pretty good for Columbus. I don't know what they did with those 2 firsts and the second that they acquired. Trying to think. So they had the Nick Foligno, Stefan Noesen trade. Actually, no, it was a 3-team trade with them, the Sharks, and the Leafs. They also got a first. A lot of his trades, I look at this, it's been more about acquiring pick management and like asset management and acquiring picks. So you know what? Looking at all these trades that they've made in recent memory, just dating back to 2021, they've acquired, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm just counting first-round picks only. 4 firsts in that time frame. And then they've also had some seconds and thirds thrown in there as well. I think that tells me Buffalo's ready to sell. I'm looking at these trades. When it comes to getting picks, he doesn't do too bad of a job. But I feel like when it comes to making a hockey trade, some stuff to be desired. Like a lot of these trades, the Bjorkstrand trade I wasn't crazy about. The Provorov trade I wasn't crazy about. The Jonathan Quick trade at the time I wasn't crazy about. I mean, Severson trade is not great. I made a trade with you guys, Josh Anderson, but Max Domi in a third.
That didn't work out too well.
That didn't work out.
That didn't work out too well.
No. So, just going over a lot of these, I think this tells me Buffalo's in the stage that they're going to start acquiring assets again. Buffalo looks at this and says, this core, outside of Thompson and Dahlin, this core ain't cutting it.
They're going to retool or reset. They're going to reset or something.
Well, because the thing with Buffalo right now, if you look at them, I think they're in a spot where, and I've been saying this for a long time, especially on Flyer, because I think Buffalo has some pieces that the Flyers can actually use to further their rebuild. The thing is, Buffalo has so many young pieces that are not in the NHL, but what Buffalo needs is actual established good players to play with these young kids, the ones that are there now. So they have players like Noah Ostlund, they have players like Konstas Helenius, or even Zach Benson's on the team now, but these are assets. You have picks. These are assets that they can use to bring in established players like 26, 27, 28 years old that will take you over the
problem is, though, who's going to go play in Buffalo right now?
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to target players that don't have no move clauses, right?
Yeah,
right. It makes so much sense there. We've been saying it for months, man.
But I could see something like let's say I'm just like tip it for Noah Ostlund, or something like that. Tip it for Ostlund in a second or whatever. But something like that makes so much sense for Buffalo.
Tip it for Konstas Helenius. They got enough centers still there.
Exactly. So it's little things and you know what? I've always said it, and I said it once or twice, and it's fucking funny as hell. But the Sabres could actually use Ristolainen right now.
Oh, no shit. Ironic, ain't it?
It's crazy ironic that they need a good right shooting stay-at-home defenseman, and we fixed him, so now we're gonna send him back. It's
with the Flyers are pretty much like the car repair shop. They brought in a broken Ristolainen and we're just sending them back and double charging them.
Oh man, but these are the moves that Buffalo has to be making if they want to be at least somewhat competitive. They got to bring in some actual talent. Look, Alex Tuck is going to be a free agent. So if you want to at least try and convince him to stay, you got to move now. You got to make some moves to make your team a little bit more competitive, because it's crazy to say the East is so fucking saturated, it's so close that they could still make the playoffs. They can go on a 5-game winning streak and be in almost a playoff position.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Yarmo does. Yarmo seems like he's more like Alex just showed before. Like he has made moves before, especially with Columbus, where it's not easy to make moves. Like they were a budget team, so now I guess with maybe a bigger budget, with maybe Terry Pagula being at least willing to spend money, hopefully, that who knows? Like maybe this could actually work out for them. But time will tell.
I gotta say, I do wonder which pieces Buffalo is considering on moving. Just at the end of the day, I feel confident that they're probably not going to move Dahlin. That's that cornerstone number one defenseman. He's a top 5 D man in the league. I don't see them moving Tage Thompson, even if he is 28 years old, unless if they got back like a young. I put a poll, funny enough, on Twitter just to see what Flyers fans would say. If Buffalo came at you today and asked, we'll give you Tage Thompson for Porter Martone 1-for-1, would you do it? Because that would be a young player that would help them get younger. Majority of the fan base said no. And I was a little surprised how lopsided it was. I thought it'd be closer to 50-50. But just in general, though, I look at the Sabres right now, and I'm wondering which pieces are they going to look at as expendable? Is Bowen Byram, Costas Lanius in your prospect pool, Alex Tuck, as you mentioned, maybe even an Owen Power? It's going to be some names that we talk about in the near future, I think, with Buffalo, that it's going to be on the move. I don't know if it'll be this week, but I could see before the Olympic break, some of these guys end up going. Ryan McLeod. That was another good player that they added. That was probably not, but he's one of the best bottom sixers in the league. But Josh Doan's another one. Well, I know they just got him, but I don't know. I really just don't know what Buffalo's going to do here. I think the main 4 guys they started with are probably the more likely ones.
No, but look, they have Jack Quinn. Like he hasn't lived up to expectations, so maybe somebody takes a chance on him in a package. Peyton Krebs. Like these are the guys I think Buffalo should be packaging and moving out to bring in actual legit talent to play with, like Alex Tuck, to play with Thompson, to play with whatever, the rest of their guys. Like even like Isaac Rosen, another young kid that they have. Like they have so many of these young kids coming up that like they're aging out of the AHL or like close to aging out, where it's like we have to find them a spot to play. But fuck, you can't have like 20-year-olds on your roster. You need some package these guys. Go get yourself package two guys and get yourself one established player.
They need some veterans.
Exactly. You need some veterans to win. You need some leadership. Like you're not and I've said this for the longest time. There's talent there. There's talent in Buffalo. They've just been badly managed, badly coached. Like they need a shakeup there. And hopefully for them, this is move number 1. Move number 2, I don't know. Is it firing Lindy Ruff and maybe bringing in a different coach? I don't know. I think that's more of an offseason move. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually the last year of his contract. I think if I heard correctly. So who knows? But at the end of the day, like I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I expect him to make moves. Like what do you guys like? Do you guys expect Buffalo to make moves or?
Yeah,
sure. I do. In the next few weeks, I do. I don't know when, but I feel like as we get closer to the Olympic break, maybe sometime in January, I don't see Jarmo doing anything instantly, but maybe in the next couple weeks, I definitely could see them making a move or two for sure.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens there. Hopefully, again, for all you Buffalo fans out there, man, I honestly, I hope this is just the first move into only good things from now on. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So
yeah.
All right. So Kevin Adams done. Next topic, the jerseys. Boston and Tampa Bay released their stadium series or whatever. Anyway, winter outdoor game jerseys. Okay, I'll start with you, Matt. Give me your thoughts, man.
Yeah, well, so I look at the Bruins jersey and I immediately just think of Heinz yellow mustard. Not really a big fan of the logo in the middle. The only thing that I do like is on the shoulder patch. It's the B with like a bear claw in the background. I like that. Other than that, I'm not a fan of these uniforms, like at all for the Bruins. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking with that logo in the middle, but
you know what the Lightning jerseys kind of remind me of is the New York Rangers Stadium series they had a few years ago when they had the games at MetLife Stadium. I think they did a very similar concept, if I remember correctly. And I get it. I think they're trying to do some aspect kind of just dating back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that's what the logo on the helmet is supposed to represent, or the number fonts. They kind of feel like not the current Buck jerseys, but the ones that they had back in back prior to when Brady first came there. So that's what those kind of remind me of. I like the Bruins ones better. They're not great, but they're better than the Lightning. I don't know. The Lightning one just feels late. It's not even that it's bad. It's not as bad as I originally thought. They just feel lazy. I'd probably pick the Bruins over these two, but it's like if I had to grade these on a 1 to 10 scale, I'd give the Bruins maybe like a 4 or a 5, and the Lightning like a 2.5 or a 3. Like, it's not the worst jerseys I've seen. Those atrocities the Islanders made in the Stadium Series a couple of years ago were significantly worse, but these are not good for sure.
Is it just me, or does the bear can look like a pig?
No? Yeah.
Well,
it
I
does.
think with the Bruins jersey too, like if that bear wasn't there, I actually think it'd be kind of cool looking. Like because I like the word, the font they have of Boston, the way that font looks. I don't. It looks like the bear was thrown on. It's kind of like, oh, we got to throw something else on this. Let's throw the bear there. But I don't. If they took that off, I'd like it a little more. Tampa's I actually really don't mind. I get the baby blue or the powder blue. Obviously, the ocean, it's Tampa. A little nod to the Rays too. And I know it's hard to see in the picture here if you're watching because it's pixelated, but I do like kind of the lightning that they have in the TBL. I think that was kind of a really cool touch. I actually don't mind the lightning.
Oh, that is actually cool. Okay.
I actually like them better than Boston's.
I didn't notice that till you pointed it out, Naughty. That actually is kind of
cool.
It's
like a lightning storm in the TBL. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's in the numbers too.
Okay. All right, I brought my grade up to 4 to 5 for them as well.
Well, for me, it's gone from a 2 to a 4. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd give the Lightning probably a 5 and the Bruins a 4. I just don't know why they threw the bear on there. Take the bear off, and I think the Bruins jersey is actually pretty cool looking.
That bear looks depressed.
Yeah, it looks like a.
That bear looks
nice.
I know it's a nod to like the OG Bruins logo when they had the bear on it. I don't know.
That bear looks like it's ready for therapy.
Look at the way the guy's standing there. He's like, okay, I gotta thrust my boobs out. Like he's trying to. Like what?
And Ryan McDonough on the Lightning looking down. Is like, bro, is this dude really rocking a bottle of mustard on his shirt?
But seriously, he's standing there weird. It's a stupid uniform. I hate the color. It's Boston. So
1 to 10
Tampa,
scale.
I don't like the colors on Tampa.
4. They're both like a 4. And neither of them look good to me.
McDonough's looking at the wardrobe. People like, are you serious? This is what you got me in.
You know what? Another thing is, why do the Bruins have white gloves with that too? That doesn't even feel like it fits the jersey. They should have made the gloves black.
Why is the bottom a part of the sleeve white also? I don't know why, but it's bothering me.
It's a dumb uniform, and the guy's standing dumb, which is appropriate for the uniform.
As we talk more, I'm talking myself more into the Lightning unis and less into the Bruins. Like, I almost want to say the Lightning one's better than the Bruins now.
I don't like the colors on the. Weirdly, I don't like the coloring.
Yeah, me too. I find it's I find the Tampa Bay Lightning colors weird.
Yeah, I don't like it.
What does it have to do with Lightning?
And I like
I said, I think
it looks like it should be a Seattle jersey.
Yeah, it's
Seattle Rangers with the NYR going across.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's the coloring. We're talking about the coloring. We don't.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't like the TBL.
I believe it's
like,
meant to be the ocean, right? Because Tampa's
I
right
don't
on
like
the coast. It's right on the Gulf.
I don't like
I think
it. So
that's why the baby blues say. But I do agree there. But I do have to say I love the little hint of the lightning storm in the TBL
That's
and
nice,
in the
though.
numbers.
I'll
I
give them
think
that.
that's really cool. I think that was a cool touch.
I don't know. I was never a big fan of having like abbreviations as your logo, like TBL. Like I find that stupid. But I actually agree with Matt with Boston. If they would take out that bear, maybe put it on one of the shoulders, like put like whatever they have now, and then the other shoulder put the bear, and just keep Boston like that. I think that the jersey works.
Yeah,
Even with the stupid white sleeves. I think the jersey still works.
But the color still looks like a bottle of mustard.
Yeah, but you know what? It's yellow. It's Boston. Okay, I could live with it. But I don't know. I like right now as it is, Boston maybe a five-ish. No, 4, 5.
I go like 4, 4, 5.
Yeah,
4.5.
I'll go Lightning 4, Bruins now 3. I kind of talk myself down more on the Bruins the more I look at it.
I go Lightning 1, Bruins -10.
Wow, Rick, what on it?
-10.
-10.
They owe me $10 just to watch this.
Just I've looked at this. They owe me money. I hate those white gloves though. That's horrible. Like what the hell?
Yeah, especially with the white sleeves, it looks stupid.
They going to Trump's ballroom to play hockey?
No, they're going to a white party.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I think even to this day, the only team that's made the white gloves work is Vegas with their away uniform.
Not
that's
with
it.
Helmets they wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still. All right. So, anyone have any last thoughts on the jerseys?
Yeah.
Do better.
Do better. Yeah.
Burn them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you guys. Do better and burn them.
Yeah, do better. Like whoever is designing these needs either at least a pay reduction or flat out needs to get fired. They're not doing it for me, man. This is multiple years in a row too. Do better.
No, but you know what? At least in past years, like they've been somewhat decent. Like okay, maybe like worst case, okay, maybe it's like a 6. I kind of like St. Louis's last year was okay. Like but they're nice. Okay, 6, maybe 7. 6, 7.
Oh no!
The fucking kids are ruining me. No, but this year I think they really fucking missed the boat this year.
Yeah, horrible.
I'm wondering. I'm very curious to see what the Canadians come out with for the Heritage Classic.
Oh yeah, that's a thing, ain't
it? Because the only outdoor jersey they've had that I actually liked was the Winter Classic when we beat Boston. Those jerseys I actually liked.
Isn't that the only
outdoor candy cane sucked? The candy cane should be burned and forgotten and never, ever, 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 ever talked about again. And
is that the barbershop jersey?
Yeah, the barbershop jersey.
Yeah, that one was bad.
Eric, you know what?
That needs to just get thrown in the fire.
You know what that reminds me of for us? Remember those 50th anniversary gold number jerseys? Those things were dog shit.
So bad.
They wore those at home, and they just looked like someone friggin' took a gold shit on them.
Yeah, those were awful. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea for an episode. Every team's worst jersey.
Well, that's my pick. That was easy for me.
Easy. I don't know. Hold on. Wait. What about the 3D? What about the 3D one?
The black 3Ds?
No.
The 3D ones in the mid 2000s. You mean?
Yeah.
Oh, those were trash too. But I
actually have one. It's in my garage. It's in my kid's bag.
Second, but these, the gold jerseys were just vomit.
Oh man! All right, so we're gonna move on from the jerseys. And does anyone have any last thing to say? Any last topic? Any get something off your mind? Get it off your chest. Let's go. Anybody?
Not really.
No, Rick, you're good.
But I had something not too long ago.
Matt, anything to get off your chest?
Yeah, Pittsburgh, die already. Go to the bottom of the standings where you belong. Come on, man.
Did you see them blow that second fucking lead?
Yeah, that's something. Them choking a 5-1 lead to San Jose. That was crazy the other night.
And then the next game, they're leading 3-0 going into the third period against Utah. Utah ties it, takes the lead 4-3. And then Pittsburgh scores late in the period to tie it up again, and then lose in overtime again. 2 games in a row.
Not to beat a dead horse, we have 3 teams on pace for 24 overtime losses this year. That's crazy.
Nuts. This year's been fucking crazy.
Anyway. He is Uncle Kane.
All right. So I guess we did it, boys.
We did it, boys.
Another episode down. So another week of hockey coming up. So look, everybody, thanks for joining us. Thanks for bearing with us. And like usual, like guys, please, if you really like what you hear, please give us a like, give us a subscribe, comment, anything, share us, tell a friend, phone home. I don't know. Let somebody know. That's all I'm asking.
9 strong thoughts. Good job, Eric.
And for all of us here, for Alex, Matt, Rick, and myself, Eric, guys, everybody have a great week of hockey. Enjoy, have fun, enjoy life. Let's go. Go Flyers.
Go Flyers.
Go Habs, go.
Promise that you'll catch me.